Alright, today we're going to be breaking down how to actually build like a pro in Fortnite step by step. If you're struggling with piece control, tunneling, or just keeping up in fights, this video is for you. We're going to go from beginner to pro techniques fast, so you can start winning more fights and stop getting boxed. So if you like this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Alright, the first thing in this video is going to be mastering the basics the right way. Before we go into the advanced techniques, you need to learn the fastest way and stop overcomplicating your builds and focus on three things: the ramp, wall, and floor placements. Most players mess this up under pressure, so we're gonna need to go into creative and start building slowly but correctly to make sure we get these down, and also make sure that we can build without having to think. And also in my video from before, we went over crosshair placement, and crosshair placement would help you a lot in learning the right way to build. So the quick fix for these are going into creative and building slowly, like I said, but making sure you build how you actually want to build and not over replacing any builds. And then once you learn how to build correctly slowly, the speed will come naturally after that. Alright, next it's piece control. I went over this in my other most recent video. If you want to win fights before they even start, you need piece control. This means placing walls, cones, and floors before your opponent can. It makes them stuck in your builds, and now you can control the fight. An easy piece control drill to do is place a wall at a window and then place a cone through it, and like there's a person there and they want to be able to build the wall or cone, so we just have a free shot on them. And then you want to reset the wall as fast as possible, and then so repeat on until you can just do that perfectly. You might think that's easy, but 90% of players actually don't do this. So if you master it, you can win more fights way faster. An important building technique for tournaments and endgame is tunneling effectively, saving mats, and staying safe. A lot of players waste mats tunneling. The goal isn't to just build, it's to build smart while saving mats. You should go into creative and try to master the diagonal tunnels, just basic straight tunnels, and tunnels going up to get over elevation. Tunneling is very important in late game zones, and if you're bad at it, then hopefully you're not an IGL and you're not tunneling. But in solos, you need to know how to do it, so it's good to practice. Another important building technique for fights during mid game is learning the safest and fastest high ground retakes. Because if someone's above you and they're just shooting at you, you can either shoot them down, but that doesn't work most of the time. So you need to learn how to do the best high ground retakes in those situations. You can do high ground retakes like this, or this, instead of just cranking 90s. These would help you a lot more, but make sure you're building smart and not panicking. Next is editing faster without messing up. If you want to be good at building, it's not just about spamming edits, it's also about clean movement, because messy edits could get you punished and you could die. So make sure you keep your crosshair steady and keep tight movements, because 5 movements equals slower edits. And if you're on keyboard and mouse and you don't use scroll wheel reset, you probably want to get that setting changed. You can look up a video on YouTube for that. Make sure you're editing with a purpose. Don't just do it because it looks cool. You gotta make sure you're taking smart fights and smart edits that will actually make you win the fight. You can practice in realistic 1v1s. You could load up edit courses, but that just doesn't give you the same pressure as realistics. And the most important secret for building is to adapt and predict, because pros don't just outbuild people, they're able to predict them and know where their opponent's going to move, so they can pre-place builds, take control before their opponent even reacts. You can predict an opponent by seeing if they'll build up first, then you can cone them. And if they box up, and if an opponent boxes up, you can play patient and maybe like fake an edit on them and try to make them force a mistake out of them so you can win the fight. So playing smarter equals winning more fights way faster. If you master these techniques, your building will improve instantly. So stop making basic mistakes, make sure you build smarter, and you'll win way more fights. So drop a like if this helps, subscribe for more, and let me know in the comments what's the hardest part of building for you.